What's
college.
going on here today, Skinny?
I don't know.
Skinny Pimp, the man of LP. How long you been an LP, Skinny?
Since I was 13 years old.
13 years old?
Yeah.
What school you went to?
Elementary school, Carroll Highlands. Junior high school, Crest. Graduated from Northwestern, class of '87.
Oh shit, you went to Northwestern.
Yeah.
Okay, so how you?
Moms gave me a choice, either graduate or get out.
And what you do?
I graduated. I walked across that stage.
Okay then, so that's why y'all still got a little tie. You did what she
That's my
asked of
that's
you.
my best friend.
I ain't done. I ain't done. So what got you out in the streets today?
My addiction,
And your addiction is?
fast life, and crack. It's an adrenaline rush for real.
You like to smoke the crack.
Yes, I do.
Smoke of the crack.
Yeah. But you know what though? In all reality, this is the worst drug I ever got on. For real. Because all you're doing is chasing.
How you get on it?
I was working at Roy Rogers, a white girl that he's working Roy Rogers with, named Faith. I tried it. But back then, I was still racing dirt bikes. I wasn't really on it heavily then.
You still funny. Still funny in the streets. Hanging out like everybody else.
I thought this was the life I wanted.
You went all for it.
Yeah. But I can
How
go back
many years? Well, how old was you when you first started smoking?
heavily.
Period. When you first tried?
I'll say 19, 20, somewhere around there.
19?
18, 19, somewhere around there, yeah.
So how old you said you was when you first started smoking, Skin?
Like 18, 19, somewhere around there. My senior year of high school.
18, 19. So you say it's a difference between you first started smoking and you seriously smoking.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Back then, I was still racing dirt bikes. That was my passion.
So you were smoking what? Daily,
No,
weekends, what?
nah, just every now and then.
So you thought you could control it?
No, actually, back then, I was on, I would say PCP and marijuana hard, for real.
Oh, so it was
Yeah,
the PCP was the gateway drug.
yeah.
Let me
Back then,
ask you this:
huh?
what do you think about marijuana being a gateway drug?
Marijuana, you don't chase it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't.
It was your first drug though,
My first drug, yeah, basically, yeah, and alcohol.
alcohol.
Then PCP at the scene. We called it Love Boat back then.
And today, it's cocaine and alcohol.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about this PCP.
Well, back then, it was a whole lot different. The water was so vicious.
At 85, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you take a mad trip off that, boy, you made a little detox. But they call it butt naked love. That's what it was.
Hit that won't bring you back.
We back then, we call it sack a boat. Pay $10, roll a pin joint, you shoot it.
Last time you hit a sack.
Shit, I ain't smoking.
So you dodged the weed bullet, you dodged the powder bullet, you dodged the PCP bullet, you even dodged the new shit, fentanyl. What is it about this cocaine that got you stuck?
The high. Basically, all you're doing is chasing it, for real.
How long you stay high?
Depends how good the coke is, but maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes around there. But
10,
then you
15
want that
minutes.
high again.
Okay, 20 minutes max, right?
Right. If that, for real.
If that. So to stay high, it seems like you chasing all day.
Exactly.
Back and forth.
Exactly.
Oliver North.
Yep.
No testimony.
Yep.
So when you gonna stop, Skinny? Same thing every day. You know how much money you done made? You know how much money you done made because how much money you done spent. If you gotta get high preferably every 30 minutes, you get a little break in between, if that. And you want to stay high all day. So you chasing all day to get high.
That's true. That's true. Like I
So
said,
how much money you think you spending in a day?
in a day?
In a day. I mean, you ain't got to show off. You ain't
No,
got
not a
to.
good day. Probably about 150 somewhere around 200 somewhere around
$100
there.
a
But it's
day.
in spurts, you know what I'm saying? Depends.
And what about taking care of yourself? Do you spend any money on yourself?
Yeah, I do.
And what you think that adds up to?
Hmm?
What you think that adds up to?
Not a lot. I spend more money getting high than I do taking care of myself. I'm keeping it real with you.
So cocaine is your life.
Yeah.
And
Crack.
you alright with that?
No, not really. If I can go back and do it all over again, I would have never started. But I do have a mom that loves me.
You know, I actually know that.
Yeah. I'm the only child. You know what I'm saying? My mom didn't raise me like this, but I just thought this was the life that I wanted.
You know what? I thought the life that I lived was the life that I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And it took a while for me to realize how many people I hurt.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We all got friends, we got people that love us. We take ourselves out of their life and away from our life following these different addictions. Right?
Right.
So at this age, knowing that you've done this so long, and how you may have hurt your best friend, what you gonna do
Yeah,
about that?
that's a good question. But
You know, it's levels to doing things. And I ain't trying to justify nothing. You dig?
right,
But if you got you a job, she seen you working, help you get a place, you could, make her proud of you, moving on.
and that is so true. It is. It is.
You got the ambition, man. If you could chase something all day and make yours be able to be high all day, 365, then you definitely got the ambition to do that. So you definitely got the ambition to do a whole lot more.
I do. It's just the addiction.
Look at you. I do. He's scratching his head.
No,
I do.
no.
Yeah, you better smile with me because guess what? Every time I see you, what you do?
The struggle is definitely real.
Struggle is real.
We must strive to move on. It's not a game.
And before you finish, you say, come to the other side.
Yeah, it's a whole
Every
different.
time I tell you I ain't coming, what you want me coming to your side for? What's so fun about your side? Something got you stuck over there beside that motherfucking high. So what else to that lifestyle?
Because the other side was boring.
The other side, my side is born.
No, not sir. That was side. I'm saying
The
it's a
other
whole different
side.
world. It's a whole different world over
And the
here.
other side, but your side is born.
Yeah.
So what's so exciting about your side?
The things you might see sometimes, things you might do. Real talk. You'd be surprised at some things I see.
Skinny. What is a dome shellacka?
A dome shellacker? Well, wait a minute. Let me clarify that for you. There's three kinds, okay? There are headhunters, dope gobblers, dome shellackers. Then you have a dome polisher. See, the headhunters, you don't really want them because they're always looking around. What's over there? What you looking around there for? It's right here. Start over. Dope gobblers, they enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And then you get the ends like, like, oh, did you just swallow that? You got dome polishers, they talk that raunchy shit to you. I'm excuse my language. They talk raunchy to you, like nasty. You got dome polishers, they enjoy doing it. That's my side. That's my
That's
world.
your side. That's
That's
your
my world.
world.
That's my world. Join us.
So if you ask me, you also got a sex addiction.
Kind of sort of.
Yeah.
But I'm selective.
So this is part of the lifestyle we talking about here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is what you really love. You love the women. And what is it about those women that you love? The fact that you're getting high with them. Y'all doing the same thing. So you got to be in tune. So you feel comfortable with them. And I assume you get into certain conversations with some, or you're keeping it G. You only got a special one. Well, how you doing that?
It ain't easy. If I think you're gonna get on my nerves, you know what I do? I holler at you. I don't have time for it. When you start doing things that irritate me, bye. Where you going? I'll be back.
So you deal with everyone like that? Every woman like that?
Not everyone. I don't really mess around like
So you
that.
do got a special one.
Yeah, I do it.
Yeah,
And she's a pain in the ass. Oh, excuse me, like she's a pain. I love her to death, but Her computer? Oh no.
What is it about this lifestyle that once you got a friend that do the same thing as what you do, it seems like y'all locked in for life. And that's why I say the struggle is real. The struggle brings so many things together. Oh God. Let me ask you something else, Kenny.
Sure.
Are you the VIP in the whole house?
No, I don't go to the house no more. No. I don't deal with
No
them no.
more.
I don't deal with them no more. No. They cheat.
Huh?
They cheat. Because basically how I get my foot in the door with them is I sell them merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I get my
Oh,
foot in the door.
you sell a merchandise.
Yeah, like
Listen,
shampoo, lotion, toothpaste, stuff like that.
struggle is definitely real.
Yeah. When they start getting cheap, nah, I got to go. They make you put
Mm.
all the stuff out on the floor. Then you give them a nice. They say how much. You give them a nice price. You may start up at 20. May end up down like $5 or $8. Nah, it be so hot in there. Come on, no money, no. But you got all these women up in here making this money, $35 or $40 for 15 minutes. You ain't got no money, man. Put my stuff back in the bag. But a lot of things I let go for cheap because you know what? Later on, if I see them, I get a couple dollars from them. Plus, I don't want to get caught with it. I know it's stolen.
Yeah, so everybody crooked in the streets, huh?
You think they
And
ain't?
when I say the streets, I really mean the community. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to say everybody's crooked in the community. I
Man, let
definitely
me tell you
don't mean to
something.
say that.
Langley Park is a
But
gold mine. You just got to know how to get your money.
oh yeah, in the whole house. Hey,
Understand?
hold on. You say you ain't VIP in the whole house,
No, I'm going in no more.
but I heard that people can't get in without you.
Because they don't know. They're very skeptical about African Americans, blacks. Because
Ah,
they think that
there you
now
go.
I think we're gonna try to rob them or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I don't just take anybody up in there
That's definitely a
because that might be
stereotype.
on their mind, and then that reflects back on me because I know them,
Right.
and they
So they
don't hang
gotta
around.
go through you.
They don't hang around there every
So
day like I
so
do.
you the invisible doorman.
Yeah, basically, they don't hang around there every day like I do. So if something
So
does kick off like that, and they see me, or your friend did it, your friend, they come at me. What am I?
so all that right there is part of the hustle, huh?
There it is.
Right? And that's what you're in love with. The fact that you could get through, you can get high, you could survive throughout the day without truly exhausting yourself. But that's a lie, because I know you exhaust yourself. Because you're on your feet 24 hours a day. When
So
do you sleep?
when do I sleep?
When and where?
When I get my money. But I always try to make sure I wake up the next day with some money in my pocket.
Mm, smart man.
I hate waking up broke.
Smart man. Yeah, that's another thing. You beat yourself up so hard. You're on your feet all day. You definitely got Langley Park feet. What's Langley Park feet?
It's not a very good feeling, boy. That's like I gotta walk through time. Real.
Right? So, got the Langley Park feet outside all week. But you get coconut cake every birthday.
Yeah. I'm the only child. My dude looks out for me.
And look at that smile.
Yeah.
You proud of that.
Man, my dudes look out for me. But you know what though? I don't run that in the ground because I can take care of myself out there on the streets. I have a hustle.
I respect that.
I only go to my mom if I actually really, really need it.
Yeah. Excuse me.
That's it though. That's it, that's all.
So what about that apartment?
A 2 bedroom condo, that's part that's
Mm-hmm.
part that's part of my inheritance.
What year was that?
What?
Nah, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the apartment your mother got for you.
That was when I came home from Jessup.
How long you was in Jessup?
A year. I did
A
a year on
year.
3. But,
Came home, she got your apartment.
but you know what though? For 15 years, me and my mom never talked to each other.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
She was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I kept going in and out of jail, in and out of
Mm,
jail. And when she finally came to me in Jessup, she said, I know you probably thought I was a horrible mother. I said, no, Ma, there was nothing wrong with you did. I said, this was the life that I thought I wanted. So you gave me everything. You gave me the best of both worlds, a mother and a father.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
15 years, we never talked.
You gotta understand. You talking to her like that gave her hope.
And I told her,
That's
I said, I'm never gonna let down. I'm never gonna let you down. I'm never gonna give up,
yeah.
no matter what, by all
And
means
she
necessary.
held on to those words.
Yeah,
And
and I mean that.
I know you meant it. I know you meant it because when you're incarcerated, I hate to make it sound like you get a frame of mind, you get a peace of mind. You're forced to get a peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame if you don't. You know what I'm saying? And you think clear. So when you get to talking on the phone or rapping to your people, you be sounding sweet, you know? And they holding on to your words because that's all they got. You in there. They can't see you on a regular, especially if you in another state. So they holding on to everything you say. So you gotta be real about what you say, man. When you hurt people like that.
I know.
You see me, I get incarcerated. I don't even want to do the girlfriend thing. You understand? I don't want to make no promises. I don't want no ties. I don't want no complications between communication because she feel this way, I feel this way, and we can't get on the same level of, you know? So that's how I try not to hurt people. After I done hurt them already by getting incarcerated. So we share the same thing right there. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about it a little bit more, man.
I know.
You know, I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to myself as well. So yeah, man, moving forward. Mom's in the picture. I see how you reserving yourself without going to holler at her. But you know what? I'm a pretty detached individual myself. I ain't saying that you detached, but even though you ain't asking her for nothing, go holler at her. You know what I'm saying? You got your little fake bald head real quick. You know, probably could have did a better job. Real quick. But
It's good though.
you know, go over there, see her, man. Just say, hey, mom, I'm around. You know what I'm saying? Just want to come see you. They be worried about you out there, man. So let me ask you this: do you ever think about getting clean?
Yeah, I do.
Do you dream about getting clean?
I care about a whole lot of things in life,
I mean,
better life, other than this.
if you think about it during the day, a certain type way, you're gonna dream about it at night. So I ask you, do you dream about it? Just wondering how strong the urge may be.
Yes, I do.
What's that?
I said, yes, I do. Sometimes it's a wonderful dream, a life I could be living.
So why you keep asking me to come to the other side?
You might like it, I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I'm saying. How you gonna want to be clean and you're trying to encourage me to come to the other side?
That's a whole lot of people that.
See, this is the thing. You so adamant about it, right? Is it look in high school? I think ninth grade, I wrote an essay, right, about why I think people why they should legalize drugs. I didn't know nothing about tax and all that at the time. I just figured that any drug that you could lose your freedom behind using it, force you to be in rehab, and all these stipulations. If that ain't enough to make you not want to do it, man, leave that person alone. Let them do what they want to do. All right. So clean skinny. What does clean skinny look like?
A clean skinny, have my own place, my car, my wife, you know what I'm saying, growing old with her. That's what I dream about.
That's easy to have.
But it's hard when you're an addict. You know what I'm saying? It really is.
It's hard when you're an addict, you say?
Yeah. Because
Well, explain
your
what
addiction
is.
comes first.
Explain that.
The
Explain what
addiction
it's like being an addict.
was addict, anybody who's addicted to any kind of drug, that's an addict. Even if it's alcohol or cigarettes, that's an addict.
Okay, that's an addict, but explain how do you feel being an addict? Like, what's the urge? Like, okay, you wake up tomorrow morning and you don't have no money in your pocket. That urge, what does it feel like? What's going through your mind at that time?
At that given time, going out and put some money in my pocket and getting high,
by any means.
by any means. Well, I do know my limit.
Okay, I got that. So that means that urge is powerful.
Yes, it is.
It's a must.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, and the man said yes. Yeah.
And you knowing that you have to. Where you at with that balance and the urge and wanting to be clean?
Yeah, that's a good question too. Give me a second.